Hello everybody and welcome! Exciting news! Next week is Path to Carcosa week here at Playing Board Games. Now you might be wondering, if you're new here, what the hell is Path to Carcosa week? Instead of our regularly scheduled programming, we have 7 days of content focused on celebrating the Path to Carcosa. With campaigns beginning to go out of print, we view these theme weeks as a big celebration and final capstone to their place in Arkham's catalog. We'll have a variety of discussion videos all about Path to Carcosa, and it's going to be a fantastic time. One thing to note, if you are going to be interested at all in impacting this, I'm going to talk about this again later in the video, but there is a link in the video description to a survey that I would love for you to fill out to help influence a future video in Path to Carcosa week, so check that out down in the video description. We did theme week starting with classes earlier. I mean, it was like 2 years ago at this point. I think it was 2024 that we started doing them. And they were a rousing success. After we finished all the classes, we thought, what should we do next? And we were going to do campaigns. We thought that would be really good. I was a little bit hesitant about doing campaigns. I thought it'd be a good idea, but the general feedback was that campaigns wasn't as interesting as a talking point. However, I will say that your guys' reaction and support to Dunwich Week has been absolutely incredible. It was absolutely incredible, and we are continuing this here, and it's going to be pretty close to the last one. Going to kind of just be like 1-to-1 for it, because the videos were well received. You guys liked them. We had fun making them. There was a little bit overwhelming to make as well, but overall, the whole thing was just a really good experience. So we're kind of just running it back here. This video is here to be a preview for the 7 videos that we're going to be having for Path to Carcosa week, so it's going to be a really good time. We are starting off Path to Carcosa week on October 20th. That's Monday. Just under a week from the release of this video, with the history of the Path to Carcosa. So back during Dunwich Legacy Week, I edited together a history of video, and the response was overwhelming. You guys loved the video, and it made me feel very good about that video. So we're running it back. This video is going to give context for the campaign and its impact on release. These videos are a huge undertaking, and this video is even bigger than the last one. About the length of the Dunwich script, for the history of, went to about the second scenario in Path to Carcosa, so it's a lot bigger. And I also tried some new things. There were a lot of people who said they liked it, but there was also a lot of people who talked about how it was basically just kind of like a review, where I just talked about the scenarios and how fans liked them and all that. So with this one, I tried to instead focus on the mechanical design, what these scenarios brought to the campaign. Like the history of, in terms of like when it came out and all that, is not really interesting to me. So instead I focused on the impact of this on the game and how it kind of fell into the impact of the campaign when it came out. I hope you guys like this one as much as the next one, as much as the last one, because this was a little bit of a crazy video. To be honest, I haven't finished editing it yet, and it's going to be a wild ride, so look forward to that on Monday. Coming up on Tuesday, we have the lore of the Path to Carcosa. Have you ever wanted to know the lore behind the Path to Carcosa? Look no further than Tuesday's video, where Travis provides a deep dive into the King in Yellow short stories and the world around it. This one is a crazy ride, so get ready to learn some new lore information, and at the end we show off our theme decks for Friday's gameplay video. So, we did this again. Like I said, all these videos are basically 1-to-1 from Dunwich Legacy Week, because the response was so good and the videos seemed to cover a large variety of information for the viewers. The Dunwich Legacy one was really simple for the lore, because it was based entirely on like one story of H.P. Lovecraft's works, the Dunwich Horror. This one, Path to Carcosa, not so much. Like, it is inspired a lot by the King in Yellow short stories by Robert W. Chambers, but the reality is that there is a lot of other lore that kind of just lives in this place. There is like a lot of lore connected to the King in Yellow, and it's a lot more complicated than the Dunwich Horror. So this one is a wild ride. I'm pretty sure Bryn, who knew nothing about all this stuff, was just kind of like, what are you guys talking about? What the hell are you saying? Travis did a very good deep dive on this, so you'll be able to hopefully come out of this feeling a little bit mad, because that's what happens when you talk about Haster for so long, but also learn a bunch of cool stuff about how everything surrounding Haster, the King in Yellow, Carcosa, all that kind of stuff. This one's a doozy of the video, and I hope you guys dig it. On Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025, we have the Arkham Horror Yearbook Pat's Carcosa edition. The Arkham Horror Yearbook series continues into Wednesday, where Travis, Britt, and myself give away awards for a variety of categories inspired by yearbook awards from high school. For example, we have like, what's the scariest treachery? What is the best scenario? What's the best tech for the campaign? Well, on Wednesday, you are going to find that out. I love doing these videos. They're super popcorny. Like, I have like categories in my head for when we're making content, and this one is just like a fun discussion video where we get to talk all about Arkham without any sort of baggage or concern or just like focus. We just get to like have fun ranting about the game in a variety of categories. I love these videos. We're going to be doing these for all the theme weeks. They're just a great time. A little fun fact about this one, generally, we have some categories that are negative in these yearbooks. When Travis and I were making the card, like the list for this for the nominations, for Pat's Carcosa, we actually couldn't find enough negative things for some of the categories. So we swapped them with some positives. So this one is going to be a little bit more hype. Something that I really enjoy about these theme weeks for the campaign ones is I get to do a really deep dive and focus hard on the campaign and what makes the campaign that campaign and what makes that campaign like really good. And I made a lot of discoveries that I didn't realize about Pat's Carcosa during this week, and a lot of them are going to come out in this video, like in these video series over the thing. And I just think that it's just a really good campaign. It's a shame that for all we know, and I'm saying for all we know in the hope that there's some, at the 11th hour, some sort of plot twist for this, but it's a shame that Pat's Carcosa is going out of print. It's such a good campaign. I'm happy that it's at least digitized so people can play it, but I hope you guys enjoy this week as a celebration. It's not the end of Pat's Carcosa content on the channel, but it is the end of kind of like these big deep dives to it, just because they're not going to really exist anymore, which is a damn shame. On October 23rd, it's Thursday's list video. I'm joined by Daniel from Quick Learner to discuss 5 cards that define the Pat's Carcosa. Him and I each choose 5 cards that make the Pat's Carcosa, and discuss those cards in the exhausting detail that Daniel and I are known for when we get together in a video. Again, the yappers love to yap. Like the sun rises and the sun sets, the moon goes through its phases. A list video comes out on Thursdays here at Playing Board Games, and theme weeks are no exception. Daniel and I did this for Dunwich Legacy, and we're doing it again for Pat's Carcosa, and in January, we're going to do it again for Forgotten Age. You can, bet your bottom dollar on that. Yeah, this is a nice simple video where we talk about, again, why these cards are related to Carcosa, why they define Carcosa, and what makes them so special in regards to this incredible campaign. So you can look forward to that on Thursday. On Friday, we have our Flavor for standalone gameplay. If you don't know what this is from Dunwich Legacy Week, Travis, Britt, and I build decks that fit with our investigators that fit best the flavor of the campaign. So in Dunwich Legacy Week, we did Tommy Muldoon, Daisy Walker, and I forget who Travis brought for that one. Maybe Kate, because of the opening the gates. This one was actually a lot easier. There are 3 investigators that were very directly tied to kind of the flavor, or even directly to the King in Yellow or Carcosa. So we chose those investigators. We're going to bring them through the scenario that we voted the best scenario during Yearbook Week. And we try to build decks that flavorfully make sense for that investigator, and also for the campaign. And it's these decks are bad. That's kind of the point. It's to like have some fun struggling through it together in flavor, something that we would never do if we were actually just like playing this campaign ourselves. We wouldn't choose to make decks that are not great. But it's one of those things that it's really fun to do. For this is the standalone, and the Dunwich one was a great time when we did this for Dunwich Week, and it's going to be the same thing here for Pat's Carcosa Week. It's going to be a good one. I will say Lola Hayes does appear, and I might be playing the Lola deck, so you can look forward to that. Also, the thumbnail is subject to change because we haven't recorded the gameplay for this yet. So there might be something different on the day. But right now, we can guarantee that Min is there. And let me tell you, she loves the King Yellow. She loves the King Yellow so much, it's in the thumbnail twice. She just loves it that much, that damn book. Can't get enough of it. All right. On Saturday, nearing the end of Pat's Carcosa week, I leveraged the community to try and answer the question, how good is the Pat's Carcosa? I've set up a poll below. As I said at the start of the video, this is what we're coming back to. Down in the video description, there is a poll to allow people to give grades to each scenario, and I'm going to add up all those ratings to have a final rating for the campaign. Please fill it out, add comments. They will be included in the video. This was one that, for Dunwich Legacy Week, I thought was going to be a good idea, but I underestimated how much I would enjoy putting the video together and recording it with Travis and Bryn. The discussion that it brought, seeing people's ratings was very interesting. Seeing people's comments was very interesting. I think it's a really privileged position for me to be in as a content creator, to have a community that I can reach out to get their opinions in our videos, and also then try to, myself, learn more from people about, basically try to get out of my own like echo chamber of like my own thoughts, right? And see how other people view things for this. There weren't many surprises in Dunwich Legacy Week. I don't think there's going to be many surprises in Pat's Carcosa for that kind of stuff. I do think that the comments were it's very cool to see how people view things, so I'm looking forward to that a lot in Pat's Carcosa. I'm really looking forward to, at the end of all of these, kind of doing a rating of, like, seeing like all the ratings in comparison. I think that's going to be really neat. So again, this is going to be on Saturday, and please fill out in the video description. I would really appreciate that. Our final video for Pat's Carcosa week is looking back at the Pat's Carcosa. This is on Sunday on October 26th. So to close it out, I reach out to some other content creators to voice their thoughts on the Pat's Carcosa. I've talked a lot about the campaign on this channel, so I wanted to give space to other creators to also talk about the campaign. My hope is that we're going to get some different opinions than what you always see here, and you're going to also maybe find some new content creators in the process. This is kind of the closing out video. It's going to just be a lot of other people, other content creators sharing their opinions with a bunch of questions. This was fun to do in the last one. We had Derby K, Head Librarian Chad, Daniel from Quick Learner, and Beard all in on the last one, and we actually are adding another content creator to this next Pat's Carcosa one, so you can look forward to that. I think these are really fun videos as well, just to get like some other people's opinions on all that, and I think it's a good, like, goodbye again to Pat's Carcosa and celebrate what made it so great. That's kind of like what the whole idea for this theme week is. I hope that there are some videos here that you're looking forward to. As I said, the structure didn't change much from Dunwich Week, but that's mostly due to the response to those previous videos. Your guys' support was incredible. I can't stress it enough. The reaction to the History of Dunwich video was incredible, and I'm hoping to get a similar reaction for History of Carcosa Week, because I'm working hard to make that video really good for all of you. The lore video, again, I want to bookmark that one. I think that one's super exciting, and I think you're going to dig it as well. Otherwise, thank you for all your support, and I hope to see you next Monday for the beginning of Pat's Carcosa Week, and I hope you guys enjoy watching it as much as I enjoyed making all of these videos for you. In the meantime, check out the Patreon if you want to support the channel, or leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of YouTube stuff. Otherwise, have a good one. Thanks for watching, and as always, a GG's.